Well, howdy, 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 everybody. Teresa here with
Bradley.
and the critters. Brad said he's gonna behave. We'll see. And how you like the bun? Isn't it? It is a bun today. I just threw it up. You know how we do. And I looked in this uh, camera lens, and I'm like, whoa! It just kind of it was started out small. Now it just kind of exploded into madness. Isn't that what the mussy? That's what the mussy bun is supposed to be all about, right, Jellybean? Hi, girlfriend. She's behind me, as always. That's where she lives. On me or behind me, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. That's where. Yeah.
we bought a little package of specialty cookies. There's some kind of, yeah, if you could toss it to me, I'll show them. Once in a while, ow, wow, that hurt bad. That landed just right on the kneecap. Oh, did you hear it? Oh, that hurt. I'll get my revenge later, Charlie. Okay? Anyway, after he kneecapped me hard, these are these. And they're at Aldi's. And I don't care for them. I thought they were going to be a lot crisper. They're supposed to be really super thin waffle with caramel in the middle. But the waffle part is not crispy like I thought it was going to be.
They're chewy.
Yeah, and I didn't care for it. I took one bite out of mine and put it back in a box. But Brad likes them, so that's good. At least I'm not eating them then.
Huh.
You know. So once in a while, if your blood sugars are okay, you can have a little something. Ready? What? I could have aimed at your stuff.
You did aim at my stuff.
No, I didn't. I aimed at your kneecap. Mm-hmm. Are you gonna eat the one I took a bite out of?
I am.
Okay. Well, thank you for your service.
Yeah, I do what I have to.
Anyway, my blood sugar was 116 this morning. His was.
I couldn't.
He couldn't. He could get no blood. I could get blood out of you.
I know you could.
But no, he couldn't get any blood. So it means he's dehydrated. So he said he's gonna work on drinking more fluid today. Mm-hmm. So I feel like I can't. There we go. Hi, Jellybean. Come here. You want to be here with everybody? You want to say hi to everybody? See, Mom clipped the top of my head because she said she couldn't see my eyes. She had a little sore on her eye, and I was so worried about it. It was just for a couple days, and now it's gone away. I'm glad. I don't know what it was. Do you? Are you okay, Miss Jelly? Are you okay with your life? Huh? Okay, I know. I know. She's just all about. I love her to death, don't I? Jellybean, am I pretty crazy about you? I'm crazy about all my animals, so. But, she's my little companion. Every night, we have to have the cuddle time when I finally lay down, and she's just all right up here, and she's like nuzzling in my neck. She loves to get and nuzzle in my neck, and that's how she'll fall asleep. Huh. And she just loves it so much. Oh, I must have a good spot. That feels good right now. But yeah. And Charlie's usually, like I said, Charlie's on one side, she's on the other side, and when they both lick my cheeks, there's a massive difference, right? I know.
Well, his tongue is as big as
I know
head.
it. So anyway, it is February 25th. I don't know why I have to keep looking every day because, if you ask me any other time, I could tell you. And it's Friday. And it's Friday afternoon at 12:28 p.m. I was going to go to this aviation museum and dinner thing, but I decided not to because, first off, riding in a vehicle for that long, it's 2 hours down, 2 hours up. Well, actually, from where I live, it's more like 3. That's a lot on when you're sitting in a vehicle if you have edema and you're fighting off a little bit of a leg infection and your legs are leaking. That's a little too much for my legs. I've been taking water pills for the last 3 days and still fighting the leaking legs. Not near as bad, but and I don't feel that it was safe because when you have that many people 300 people eating dinner at a private event, everybody's mask is going to be off. Everybody, when in course of eating and stuff, you're still exhaling and inhaling. I don't think it's safe. I don't. I mean, we're not safe from COVID. And, oh, I said the word, but we're not safe from it. And I don't want to contract it. I haven't contracted it. Brad was exposed one time that we know of when he went to California by 3 people. And nobody knew that these people had the Rona at all. But luckily, he came home and did not have it and stuff. We wondered for a while. And, everybody wonders at different points in time. I mean, geez, you get a sore throat or an upset stomach and you worry that maybe you have it. But I don't feel it's safe. I mean, any other time would I expose myself to 300 or be 299 people all eating and talking and, I mean, they say it can be in the saliva. So isn't that when you're eating one of the best times that you could get it? I mean, I don't want to seem like I'm, just a hypochondriac, but I don't want to get it. I would never forgive myself if I was exposed to it and then brought it home to him. He's recovering from a surgery. I mean, and I mean, it could kill either one of us.
Well, and I was just tested for it.
Yeah, you were just tested for it before surgery. Yeah, and they say from the minute that you get tested, well, they wanted you to self-quarantine for 2 weeks before, and then for a good month afterward, if not longer. But from the minute he got tested, he was not to go anywhere. But from the minute we had that class, we were not supposed to even go into a grocery store or a restaurant. You were in quarantine, and we've been living that way for quite a while now. And I think that's part of the reason that we haven't contracted it. Not saying that anybody that living the same way we are hasn't. Anytime that you do get food, you do interact with anybody. I mean, heck, it could be on your mail for all you know. It lives for a while. So anyway, I just didn't feel like it was safe either. And I have social anxiety, and if this is the kind of the fancy upper crust people, that's just not me. I'm just no country woman. You know, born and raised in Wyoming, and I just I've always been a loner. That is not my scene. I would like to see museums on my own. I don't need to go as a group. So it just wasn't. Go ahead.
That was the one thing I did not like about selling Cadillacs, because quite often the customer would be the real have more money than they know what to do with.
Yeah.
And they like to let everybody know that they have more money than they know what to do with.
Yeah. Yeah.
So sorry.
And no, that's fine. But yeah, I just didn't feel like it was safe. So, I have to do what's best for me. I have to do what's best for me and my family, which is, me, my spouse and I, and the critters, and then, a couple of extended family members, your dad and your brother. And, those are just who we're in contact with all the time. So.
Well, that's what's really scary is the place that my brother works at, that it's run rampant through the shop multiple times, and it's made him a little paranoid. I can understand.
I don't blame it. I mean, his wife works from home now, and they pretty much live pretty quarantined too. We have to. We're never going to go back to where it was free and easy, and you didn't think anything about exchanging germs.
Yeah.
You're never going to be that way again. So, I had to make the best decision for me. I toyed with it, because you don't want to hurt that person's feelings and everything. But it's like, that just ain't me. That just is not me. I'm sorry, that's just not me. So, I have to do what's best. So today we're gonna do some house cleaning. I'd love to get the house all gussied up. And we just had a small order delivered by Aldi. We were out of fresh stuff, of course. So we got some more strawberries, some more blueberries. Brad loves to snack on the blueberries, and so I buy him just for that. He can snack on worse things. Berries are really good for you, diabetic.
Yeah.
I got some more bananas, and more like milk and stuff. I love their milk. I love their milk prices. I love their coffee creamers. Those are a great price. Eggs came back down. Thank goodness. The other week they were like $1.85 a dozen. I did not buy any. We were eggless after I made the French toast. French toast that I make takes a full dozen. I used a little over a whole loaf of bread, and we're gonna have to bag up the ones we froze.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the ones that are in the fridge will need put in
Okay.
bags too. We froze cookie sheet. You lay out the French toast that you've cooked and freeze it flat. Then you put it in bags. It freezes nice that way. And we put some in the fridge just to have. And then we just got like some pancake mix and vanilla wafers. I mean, it wasn't a very big order. I mean, it was small. It was just stuff we really needed. Brad was more tortilla chips. He likes to slowly snack on those with a little bit of salsa and stuff. Hey, girlfriend. Hey. Are you done? So, Brad had a lot of fun. He was having trouble getting to sleep because he was in some pain. And he just started to drift off. And what happened?
Oh, God. Well, I think it was about 5:30 in the morning. And like Teresa said, I was just starting to drift off. And Charlie has a big mouth. And Charlie stuck his head in my doorway and started braying. And, once I peeled myself off the ceiling, then I let him out and then got back, climbed back in bed, just about asleep, just starting to drift off. All of a sudden, Nixie decided to give me a major facial bath. And
Which means she needs out then, usually.
Yeah, and so she wanted out, so I had to get back up and, and of course the back door is at the far end from me, so.
So, no, yeah. What did she do, though?
Oh, yeah, that's what I forgot, is I got the leash and got ready to hook her up, and she was standing in Teresa's bedroom, and I called her, and she kind of looked at me, and then she turned around, and she ran back to Teresa's bed. She jumped up on Teresa's bed and was hiding behind Teresa. So finally, I had to go up and hook the leash on while she was on the bed, and she kind of.
So you had to stretch over me to get. And I was sleeping through all of this. I never heard Charlie bark. I never heard him let her out. I never heard Nixie or felt Nixie or anything. I was oblivious because once I finally do get sleep, you could have an atomic bomb just about go off under
People in Virginia heard Charlie bark.
And I never heard a thing.
And they probably heard me say, "Oh,
is that what you said?"
Yeah. Yeah. And
welcome to my life. I mean, you never know. I'm up. You've wondered before, like, why is she up changing the dog at this hour?
Yeah.
Or why is she, letting Charlie out right now? And
yeah.
Nixie's come back a few times and woke me up when she needed
and that's we don't need to have the gates up.
I guess not. Hey, what are you doing? You're being silly. But, yeah, so Brad had fun. I think it's funny because he was like, he sent me this great big long text I read this morning. You're getting ready to text him, tell him good morning and stuff. And I call him and his great big long text. I was just giggling.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, and then, I mean, I hadn't slept. I started drifting off 2 or 3 times, but the last time I remember seeing was 8:21, and then I think you called me about 9:30.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, almost 10.
Yeah.
It was 10.
Yeah. Okay, so I probably got an hour and a half of sleep.
Well, that's plenty. You don't need any more than that.
No.
Do you?
No. I'm not going to let Charlie sleep every time he lays down. I'm going to bray at him.
Poor Charlie. Say you get no bed now, Charlie. Charlie. One of the subscribers said they like it hear you talk. Charlie, do you know that? They did. Is that so great? No, that's Tums. It's not. It's
No,
not
these-
the T's. It's Tums.
No.
Charlie, what do you have to say about that? Are you gonna talk, Charlie? No, you're not gonna talk. See, when you want him to talk, he won't talk. Just like we usually give them like the empty yogurt containers and stuff. Well, he didn't want his today because Brad had mixed some pineapple chunks in with it until Jellybean went out there and was gonna lick it, and then all of a sudden he wants it, right, Charlie? Charlie, are you gonna talk to anybody? Charlie, nope, he's not talking now. tell Dad you're sorry. Tell Dad you're sorry. Say I'm sorry, Dad. Tell him. Tell him you're so sorry. You are. You're so sorry. See, he's telling you. So sorry. Sorry if it looks smoky in here because it is. I'm burning some incense and all of a sudden it just
Really
going
started
crazy.
melting
Yeah.
smoke.
Charlie, are you sorry? He says he's sorry.
No, he doesn't.
Says he's sorry and then nudges the treat container. Like,
Yeah.
sorry. Sorry. We have, the great big oversized pretzel containers. That's what we have their treats in. We have a mix of different dog bones and stuff. And the big dogs will all go over there and nudge it. Like, and then look at us. Like, hello? Hello? We need some now.
Or when I'm taking the lid off, Charlie nudging my hand and nudging the lid because I'm not moving fast enough.
It's a nice day out today. It seems like it's warmer. I'm not sure. But also, I brought out, don't look at my hair, I know. It's like a whole nest up there. I keep expecting to see a little bird. See, if I was a little bit more eccentric, I would get little bird figurines and put them up in that hair. For the Easter look, you could have the chicks and the little eggs. There you go. I'm not quite there yet. I brought out the hats I've finished. Finally! Right? So, this is in no particular order. I did this one, and I did it with the flat brim. So, that one, and this one was done the same way. I think you guys recall me working on this one. So, there's that one. And here's a little diamond-shaped hat. And here is this hat. These are all just my own patterns. Nothing real special. Here is this one. And then this one. And that's about a week's work. A week's worth of work. Some patterns take longer than other patterns, of course. Isn't that the way it always is? I mean, I'll be doing a pattern, and it's like, this is really slow going. And it's just because, like, let's see. I'll show an example. Let's go with probably the easiest pattern and the hardest. This pattern is super fast. I mean, you're just making that one diamond and, so that one's super fast, right? If I really push it, I probably get two done a night. This one takes forever. And it's just because, you're doing two different style stitches and it takes forever and you're like, ah. But, you want everybody to have some variety with the donated hats. I mean, it's getting to be more springtime now. I don't know if we'll all have to decide if we're going to wait till fall to donate these group of hats or not. Cold weather states, even Virginia and stuff, are going to have more. I don't know if anybody around here is going to want them now.
Yeah.
For right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I could always ship them somewhere. Cold weather states.
Yeah.
Because their spring is until
Yeah.
June.
Yeah.
Their spring isn't until June. If then.
Yeah.
I don't know how many years in Wyoming we waited, and I think everybody's getting the itch. So you see everybody else in warmer weather states like here planting gardens, so you're wanting to, and it's like it's May, and it's May 1st, and it's still way too early, right?
Yep.
I mean, I used to always love to get bedding plants for Mother's Day, and it's like you knew it was way too early. You're gonna have to run out and cover these things up, so they don't get frostbite, and So sometimes you'd be waiting to, you know, plant like cucumbers and watermelons and stuff, and it's June 1st, and you still can't plant because it's still too cold. So, you know, so I don't know if we're doing a garden or not because my problem is that our neighbors' dogs run through these places all the time. So I wanted to move my plants actually in back because last year so they did okay. It was just too much of the full day of sun for them. They need to have some rest too. They need to have a little bit of cooling off time. You don't want them to just be baking in the sun all day. So I wanted to move them around back where they would get the sunlight, but it wouldn't be as long because as the day carries on, the shadow of the trailer takes up more and more of the yard. But if the dog's running out there, I don't want to. I think it would just be stupid, don't you?
I do.
You know, and I mean, I'd have to put those in the far corner of our lot for them to get enough sunlight and for our dogs not to.
Yeah.
So I don't know what I'm going to do. You know, I want to plant something, but you know, I don't. Other than maybe erect umbrellas to shade them in the afternoon. Here, we can take turns. Here, honey, let's go out and give the tomato plant some shade. It's your turn today.
Yeah.
So I'm not. I'm on the fence. Sure do love, but you know, also we didn't get to grow the great big tomatoes.
Yeah.
I'm used to like my grandfather always grew the better boys. He's
Yeah.
always loved better boys, better girls. And man, he would grow some really nice. You know, there's something about a nice old big tomato that's fresh, and you still feel like the warmth from the sun, and you bite into that, and oh, see, I grew up being able to do that. So, you know, or maybe we'll just go to the local farms and get fresh produce.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about that too.
Yeah.
That would be fun to do.
Yeah.
Because you can either, there's a certain price that you can go and pick them yourself, or else, you know, another price that they've already done it.
Yep.
So and that would be nice to go out there and kind of look at the produce and stuff. I really want to do some canning this year, definitely. I want to can some tomatoes. I want to do some salsa. I'd love to do. I don't know if we're gonna do pickles or not. I mean, but I'd like to can some fruit, definitely. What do you think?
I think that would be cool.
You know.
You know, and I'm kind of excited about the prospect of these going to some of these you pick 'em places.
Yeah.
You know, because
we got to support our local farmers.
Mm-hmm.
So that's their livelihood.
And also with me, you know, I would have loved to have gone to them this last year, but I knew that there's no way I
couldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no way I could walk it.
Mm-hmm. And I think that would be a good thing. I think I'm gonna go ahead and look on Amazon because you know I need canning pot. I used to have one, and I need jars definitely, that kind of stuff. I also need that dehydrator out so I can start dehydrating those great big cans of green beans. I have two more great big cans underneath
Okay.
where the pots and pans are too.
Okay, I didn't realize
Yeah,
that.
I want to go ahead and dehydrate those.
Okay.
You know, because that's the thing is you don't have a whole lot of freezer space. You need either can or you need to dehydrate. So I never did get a chance to dehydrate the extra bread because I made French toast out of it, but that's okay.
Yeah.
It was just a preventive measure to make sure that we did not waste.
And I sacrificed myself on eating the French bread.
Anybody have a guess on how many pieces Brad ate? Now, before I start this.
No.
No, we're not telling?
Nope.
Well, the French bread I made, I'll show you a picture of it, is, I cut the slices of bread in half. I really like to use Texas toast for the French bread, but that's way too many carbs, so we're not even going there. So, I mean, you know, it's just some things you can't have anymore. And that would be one of them.
Yeah.
But this is the French bread I made yesterday. But I put that picture. That's just the first batch. So I cut the pieces of bread in half. You know, you do your traditional egg and milk, and I always put in some vanilla, and I put in some cinnamon and nutmeg. You know, and I whisk that all together. And then sometimes, yesterday Brad had made it was cinnamon and artificial sweetener mix, so I would sprinkle some of that on the top after I flipped the French bread over. You know, and
Turned out very good.
but so I used this one half of a loaf, cut the slices in half. I go to get out the Sara Lee, which was a partial loaf too, and that stuff was such small pieces, slices of bread. It was like the miniature bread or something. I'm like, I'm not cutting this in half because it was teeny.
Yeah.
You know, it's like wow. And I'm like, for a name brand to be that way, it's like holy moly. See, I grew up on Wonder, but Mom always went down to the markdown bakery store, which was just down not too far from us, and it was right down the street from us when we
Yeah.
lived on Lennox.
Yeah.
But and Brad's mom was the same way.
Yeah.
Go down there and they'd buy, you know, you'd buy all the marked down Twinkies and ho-hos and bread and everything. I mean, man,
Yep.
you know, freezer be full of that stuff.
Oh yeah.
You know, and the freezer was in my room.
And I remember when we lived on Lennox, the girls, they would love to walk.
Mm-hmm.
We'd walk down to the bakery.
And
Or
sometimes
the
you
bread
guys
store.
would walk up to the mini mart up at the corner
Yep.
too. You know, you guys walked all over there.
We did.
And we would walk every day to go get Crystal from kindergarten. You know, because they had half day kindergartens back then. So, you know,
Yep.
some of the schools were starting the all day kindergarten, but I didn't want. It's a hard transition for me to think that, you know, all of a sudden they're home and then all of a sudden now they have to go to school all day. So,
Yeah.
you know, I wasn't ready for that.
Oh yeah. A lot of times those schedule changes are worse on the parents than they are on the kids.
I cried and cried and cried when our youngest daughter was in kindergarten and stuff because, you know, it was like no more kids at home, you know. But yeah, so yeah. Anyway, we got that small order in and quickly put it away. Most of it was in the fridge anyway.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
the milk and the creamer. And stuff. Goes through a lot of creamer.
Yeah.
More than I ever realized.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. But you know, it's like I mean, there's a few of those little things like I do. You know, is when I make you hot chocolate, I like to put a little creamer in the hot chocolate. Just gives it that much more of a zing.
A creamy
Yeah.
feeling, which I enjoy.
Yeah.
It's kind of a treat at night. Have some sugar-free hot chocolate. I usually have it almost every night. So, they're getting easier to measure out those canisters.
Oh yeah.
You kind of have it down now because I know you hated it before.
Yeah. I put a 1 tablespoon measuring spoon, and I just keep that in the canister.
Because we were buying the boxes. We go with the Swiss Miss, the sugar-free, or it's no sugar added. It says on it. But it's gone up really a lot in price, and so it's cheaper to buy the canisters. But before, Brad didn't really like measuring it. I think because he, you know, had to sit and kind of figure out the measurement.
Yeah.
Now, I guess you don't mind it. Good.
No, I finally
got to make cutbacks where you can.
Yeah.
You know, so no big weekend plans. You know, I'm going to lunch tomorrow, but that's about it. And just kind of relax. Brad has physical therapy Monday, and I will be driving you because you're not allowed to drive yet.
Nope.
So
I got no driving for 2.5 weeks now, or almost 2 weeks.
2 weeks, I mean.
Yeah, and then I know, but it seems like forever.
I know. You like to drive.
When I go in Monday, they're going to take the bandage off.
Where is this physical therapy place?
It's the day.
Okay, I didn't know where it was.
Yeah.
The day hospital?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know where it was.
Yeah.
Okay, you never told me.
Yeah, it's at the day hospital.
Okay.
Got
Excuse me.
I know, I'm struggling here.
No, you're gonna be doing stuff, man.
Yes, ma'am.
I think. I hope.
Yeah.
Maybe you could even just clean up the kitchen. Maybe you want to do the front room tomorrow.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
You need to shampoo.
I'll do that.
What are you doing, Nixie? Now you're a pretty girl, aren't you? Whoa. Wow, you working it hard on your back.
Oh,
yep.
yeah. Nixie, what are you doing?
Doing the, where they go back and forth, with their butt and their back and stuff,
yes.
happy.
I know, Nixie.
Nixie, are you a pretty girl? Are you? Were you tormenting Dad this morning, hiding behind Mom? Can't believe I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
Then you wake up, you're laying on your side, and it's like your whole hip will be numb. Numb, but it hurts.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Of course, then to move in that bed, you've got to make the major shift with the animal. Jelly is going to ride out the storm. She's going to ride you like a wave. Stay on there. But Charlie, so, I know we have no life, but we don't really have anything else going on. I'm going to start a new hat here in a minute. He's watching a video he's watching. I don't know. What are we having for dinner tonight?
Breakfast.
That's right. We're having breakfast for dinner. We did go ahead and get some of the thick sliced bacon. We'll make 2 meals out of it. But we've both been really hungry for breakfast for dinner. So that's what we'll have tonight. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That'll be nice.
Yeah.
It'll be very nice.
And as far as our eating, what we eat goes, one of the things that we have really learned in the last year.
It's the washer.
One of the things we've really learned in the last year is that portion control is not a punishment.
Right. Right. And that's a hard thing to learn. It just because, let's say you're going to have some vanilla. We like vanilla wafers because they're kind of a non-committal thing and they're lower in carbs and stuff. But just because the box says I can have 6 for a serving doesn't mean that's the end of things. I could have a bit of peanut butter on it. If I needed protein, I could have fruit with it. I could, I could have sugar-free pudding with it. I mean, it's not like, oh, well, you can have it. You can have something else in another food category, if you're short that day, or you can just enjoy the 6 that you can have.
Yep.
I mean, it doesn't mean you can't have any more ever. Just for right now, that's how many you can have.
Yeah.
I tell myself that if I want to eat something late at night, I'm like, no, you could have that tomorrow for lunch instead. Mm-hmm. You don't really need to get up out of bed. I kind of have a rule with myself that I am not allowed to get up out of bed and go get stuff, unless it's like sugar-free popsicle.
Yeah.
But otherwise, we're learning.
Yeah.
We're learning. It's not easy. Any kind of obsession or, addiction is addiction. Whether it's food, alcohol, drugs, whatever. I mean,
yeah.
And it's a hard thing to get used to. That thing of, well, I better eat it now before it's gone. I better eat it now before, everybody else get to it and I won't get any. And that's kind of a sad concept, but it's true.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I got
an owie.
I got a welt right here.
It looks like a bug bite to me.
That's what it feels like.
Probably. What's in your room?
Nixie, Angel, Big Mouth.
Poor Charlie. Dad never gonna let you live that down now. Would he rather you have gone potty in the house? I don't think so, right, Charlie? Charlie, I'm not diapering you, boy.
Yep.
But that's all we got going on. I hope you guys are going to have fun this weekend. Do something fun. Do something for somebody else and do something for yourself. So, with that, you want to say bye, Brad?
Bye, Brad.
Bye, guys.